From the Watch and Air Live studios in beautiful Dallas, Texas, this is the Rantcor Pit Live on WatchandAirLive.com with Cole Houston and Eddie Medina. And now, here's a man who's made drawing cartoons, watching silly movies, and playing with toys a whole radio career, Eddie Medina.
Hello. It's we're here at the Rantcor Pit Live minus Cole Houston, so no Jedi Cole today.
I was wondering what that smell was.
Yes.
It's not Cole Houston.
The smell you smell is the absence of coal. I guess could that be a fragrance?
Can we bottle that? That'd be great.
That'd be great for like the two people who would be interested in buying that. But yes, I'm here. We have our Tark Lord of the Sith and a very special Rantcor Pit.
Yeah.
We're deviating from our normal routine here.
Yes.
And we have two very special guests. We have the Parkers with us, Ralph and Ryan. So say hello, guys.
Once we have you, there we are. There's your microphone. Say hi one more time.
Hi.
How's it going?
Oh, there, I can hear you.
So yeah, we got the Parkers here, and this is going to be a special hour because we're going to put Ryan in the spotlight today. Ryan, you're going to be our star for the hour. So are you good with that?
Yes, I'm fine.
She's ready to talk. That's better
there he goes.
That's better than we do most days.
Right, I know. I think I just lost my job here. Ryan's going to take it over.
Cole, you're fired.
You're right.
It's not the Rancor Pit Live anymore.
As soon as that live went, Ryan just like, okay, that radio star is coming out.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm ready to rock and roll here. So we love the excitement. So
we're glad to have you guys. Thanks.
Yeah. So before we get into all of y'all's stuff that we're going to get into, we're going to throw a little love toward AllCon today.
Yes, sir.
So AllCon is going on right now. So if you're watching this live stream, you still have time after you're done watching our show to head out to Addison to the
Crown Plaza.
Crown Plaza. I always want to say Crown Royal Plaza, but that would be wrong.
That's
Crown
right.
Plaza in Addison and check out the final day of AllCon 2017.
That's right. That's right. It's basically just it's kind of a party tied to a vendor room because again, as we've been talking about AllCon, AllCon has really been more kind of a fan friendly vision of what a con should be. It has fan-friendly panels, a lot of really creative and good cosplay. Not so much the concentration on the celebrities, and not so much the concentration on one specific thing. It's all things. It's Doctor Who, it's Star Trek, it's Star Wars, it's all kinds of just weird fandom that you may have never heard of or seen before, and it's really just kind of fun.
Yeah. AllCon has definitely opened my eyes to fandoms I had no idea existed.
There is some strange Japanese stuff. And I mean, have you seen the Kira Kira stuff?
Is that the maids?
Yeah, the maids.
Yes, from a distance.
I don't think I quite understand. But again, the idea behind AllCon is just basically embrace all fandom.
Yes.
You got something that you like, you got something you dig. Don't just hide it. Don't just think it in your head. Bring it out. Enjoy the costuming. Enjoy what you do because if you're a fan of it and it exists in pop culture, more than likely someone out there is going to be at AllCon.
Oh, you'd be surprised. So yeah, if you have a fandom you want to share with the DFW community, it's not too late to start planning for AllCon 2018, or for that matter, Infinicon 2017, which will be later this year in August.
Yeah, and I mean, the cool thing is that we have, like I said, all kinds of fandoms coming through this year. I know that they've added a couple wrestling things this year, which is good for me.
Oh yes.
They've also added, Cole is out there today running game shows. Which the game component has been really, really super. You have just all kinds of really, really fun things that can go on, and it goes on all day, and it goes on all night too. If you're that kind of partier.
So, oh yeah, yes. So, which we were last
night. If we're dragging a little bit, we're gonna apologize, and we will apologize to the Parkers because, quite frankly, we're a little tired. I was out doing karaoke with Bacon Samurai and Devin Pike.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that you
Y'all did an awesome job. I will give you that. That was something else.
We have had a good time. We've had a good time putting on game. We had a good time putting on a couple game shows with the Bacon Samurai Crew, Universal Remote, and Match Game. And of course, our friends from Los Bastardos did a great job with Rocky Horror on Friday. That's just a fun time.
Yeah, it's to sum it all, Con. It's rare that you can go into a karaoke room and you have the typical karaoke setup, but then in the back of the room you have literally a life-size Jabba the Hutt and sitting in the back of the room. So that right there describes all Con.
Not to mention the fact that you have a karaoke range that goes from everywhere from death metal to the Little Mermaid. I'm not kidding. We have people
you're
singing
not
the
right.
Little Mermaid.
You're not lying on that one.
It's very surreal, but again, it's the perfect summation of all things that are all con because it's all fandom. Because
Yes.
you have people who do Disney karaoke. You have people doing Dr. Horrible sing-alongs at 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why? Who gets up at 9 a.m. at all con? But still, they're there.
It's usually it usually draws good a crowd no matter what you're putting on. No matter what time of day it's being put on, there's going to be a crowd there to listen to it.
Yeah, and of course you have a vendor room which has kind of unique gifts, one of a kind things. You have really just great custom embroidery and knives, rings, jewelry, just all kinds of beautiful stuff built by some really well done master craftsmen.
Yeah.
And of course artists too, because I know you were out selling your art
On Friday, yeah. Mm-hmm.
on Friday, and I know Bobby Blakey's out there
Blakey,
promoting his stuff. You have the 501st Legion, who of course does the Stormtrooper reenactments.
Yeah. Oh, I got to do one of the droid hunt cards this year. I should have brought one in, but I'll show it on the next show.
Yeah. Droid Hunt's a lot of fun. Can you explain Droid Hunt to...
What droid hunt is, and you'll probably get a kick out of this. What it is, the 501st, which is the local group they're national, but our local chapter, it's the stormtroopers, all the villains from Star Wars. They get in costume, and what they do is you as a con attendee can get these things called the droid hunt badges, and you wear them on your convention badge, and each of these cards will have a different droid. Like I drew one, and Bobby Blakey drew one, Matt Rocks drew one, and when they release the stormtroopers basically into the convention hallways, and if they see you wearing one of these droid badges, they take it from you. But when they take it from you, you get entered in to a drawing at the end of the weekend where you can win like some major prizes. So in a way, you want your droid to get taken. It's something else.
Yeah, and the really cool thing is that so much of All-Con is really about generosity, because if you walk into a whole bunch of the rooms, you're actually, you walk into the game room, you could win something really, really nice.
Oh, yeah.
Cole and Kat really did a superb job picking out prizes and things like that. And of course, you have the droid hunt, and of course, all the panels and things like that. Have you gotten to attend anything that worth talking about, or?
Oh yeah. I went to quite a bit of them. And to bring it back to our show, the Rantcor Pit, we did quite a record number of Rantcor Pit stuff this year. we did our live show, the typical Rantcor Pit live, but from All-Con. We did the Galactic Games. We did Do You Like the Star Wars? So we have in total, I think, 4 All-Con Rantcor Pit videos coming to our YouTube channel soon. So go to our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, type in Rantcor Pit. Make sure it doesn't default you back to Rancor. But find our YouTube channel, and all of our stuff's going to be there. So you don't want to miss the stuff coming soon to our YouTube channel.
Absolutely. All right. So, that I think that pretty much wraps up All-Con. So again, one more day out at the Crown Plaza in Addison. So do go ahead and check that out if you have the means this weekend. And if you want to go see fans and hang out with like-minded folks, All-Con is for you. If you are the casual fan who wants to pay a whole lot of money to go try and hang out with Mark Hamill for 3 seconds, well, that's Fan Expo. all right. And enough of that. Let's get to our real stars. Let's get to talking to these folks, because they're happy to be here.
Yes. So Ryan, you let's start with you. You're in the 3rd grade, is that correct?
Yes.
And what school do you go to?
Grace Academy of Dallas.
Grace Academy of Dallas. That's an awesome school. I can go on and on and on, but this is your time. So tell us a little bit about Grace Academy and how it's what it means to you. What is it? Why it's such an awesome school to be at?
Well, it's really fun and it's amazing and it's a Christian school.
Yeah.
So we go to chapel every Wednesday
Uh-huh.
and we sing songs, we say the pledges, and we have a pastor that comes and talks to us. We celebrate birthdays, and I've been there since preschool.
Wow. Okay. I remember you from way back because Ryan was actually in my wife's classroom. She was one of my wife's students, Miss Colleen Medina. And longtime fans of the Rantcor Pit, you'll remember Colleen. She's popped in. You may not have known this, Ryan. Miss Medina has actually been on our show several times. Early on, she's going back all the way back when we were still Deep Ellum on air. I think it was like episode 4 of the Rantcor Pit. We were just getting our feet wet. Cole had to jump out of it. She popped in and we talked a whole hour on, you'll love this, Zach, the Phantom Menace.
Oh, dear Lord. Of course, you would talk about the Phantom Menace.
When Cole's gone, yeah.
Yeah, you sneak in your Jar Jar jokes. Okay, I get it. Yeah.
But Ryan, yeah, so you were in Miss Medina's class, and so you were here. You've been at Grace since preschool, so that's pretty awesome. What else? What else are some things that y'all get to do in chapel? Because sometimes doesn't Miss Smith have the class to do things?
Sometimes, basically all the time, she'll do honorable character, and she'll do it from second grade up to do honorable character. And last time it was second grade who did it.
Yeah. But your class has gotten to do it this year, correct?
Yes.
How many times has the third graders done it?
We've done it about, I don't remember how many
Maybe
times.
about 4 or 5?
Yeah, maybe about 4 or 5.
Okay, so the last honorable character, do you remember what it was and what y'all talked about?
It was...
Or any of them?
We've done obedience.
Yeah.
I think we've done forgiveness.
Oh, I was there for that one. I remember that one. I pop in every once in a while on Wednesdays to check it out. Forgiveness, obedience.
I think we talked about diligence.
That's a good one.
And we talked about, I can't remember the rest. We've done a lot.
So explain to our listeners what honorable character is. Like, what does Miss Smith have y'all do exactly?
Well, the classes that she'll bring up, she will have them. She'll have them have little papers, and they'll read their lines. Not all of them will have lines, but a few of them will have them, or all of them. And they'll basically talk about the character trait that we're doing, and sometimes they'll have them hold up signs, sometimes they'll have them wear hats or something. And she'll have them like the day before chapel, she'll have them standing up in places where she wants them to be.
Ooh, behind the scenes information. I did not know about this. So she has y'all practice the day before and standing in places and all that?
Yes.
Great.
So they prepare for their shows, unlike us.
Come on now.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's true. No,
That's
you're
not
right.
behind the scenes information. You would know as well as I do. We pull this together.
Actually, that's a little bit of information our listeners already know. So yes, we're not running from anything there.
No.
So that's pretty awesome. And another cool thing about Wednesday Chapel is the weekly birthdays that Mr. Clark does. Tell the listeners about what that is exactly.
So he has a little sheet, and he'll call up the birthdays, over the weekends. If they're over holidays, he'll either call them the week before we go on break or the week after we go on break.
Yeah.
And, he'll call them up, and once all the birthdays are done, we'll sing happy birthday, and they also get happy birthday stickers from Miss Jewel, the 6th grade teacher. She has one of her students give them birthday stickers in chapel.
Yeah. Oh, I know all about the birthday stickers because Miss Medina every year is so excited to get her birthday sticker on her vanity mirror. I'm gonna call her out on her vanity mirror at home. She's got every birthday sticker she has gotten from Grace Academy in a row at the top of her mirror stuck, and she's kept every one. So
Okay, what kind of stickers? I have to ask.
The little happy, say happy birthday or whatever else that the principal gives out.
Nice.
Yeah. So that is a big deal.
Yeah.
So tell them about Mr. Clark when he sings "Happy Birthday" to everyone.
Well,
That in itself is a spectacle.
he gets in a really deep voice and is like, "Happy birthday to you." It's really funny, and he gets on one knee and he's like
Yes.
this, and it's really funny.
Yeah.
That's great.
I mean, if I had thought about it, I should have snuck a video of him doing it. I should have brought it. I might do that still in a future show without him knowing. But yeah, at the end, he does that. He does the whole "Happy Birthday to," and then he does the arm motion, "You," and he just, the kids love it when he does that arm motion at the end, and "You." The kids just go crazy. You would thought, Bon Jovi just showed up or something.
That's cool.
It's insane. Oh, yeah. I tell you, I'm gonna gush a little bit about Grace Academy because that's the thing about it is they really care about the kids. They make a point that every kid at some point in the school year, they're like I said, the birthday gets mentioned, and Mr. Clark just goes that extra mile. Miss Smith, the principal, they just go that extra mile to just make sure the kids feel special and welcome. And Ralph, I mean, also being from a parent's point of view, I mean, the school in itself, what would you have to say about it?
Yeah, I think the school is absolutely perfect. I mean, we've had my wife and I've had absolutely zero issues in terms of anything that Grace does. One of the cool things that Mr. Clark does, and Ryan got to participate in this a while ago. He does a kind of a "caught you doing good."
Oh,
kind of
yes.
thing. I'll try to do my best Mr. Clark voice with a "caught you doing good, Ryan."
Yeah.
It's really great.
That's good. That's a good Mr. Clark voice. Oh, we're definitely showing this video to him just for that part.
So I'm sure he'll mention that once he finds out about that. Since we get there pretty early, he'll mention like, "Oh, so I saw you were trying to do my voice on the air." And I'm like, "Yeah,
You did it good. You did it good, sir."
So and they always try to make the kids feel special. It's very kids first.
Yes.
And it's very God centered, and that's what my wife and I enjoy. And there's not a lot of extra stuff that can go along with school sometimes. So to me it's absolutely perfect. And one of the other things I love, and I know we're almost turning this into the Mr. Clark fan show, which is fine.
That's okay. That's okay.
which is really cool.
You know what?
This is your hour, man. Do what you want.
Let me tell you, I'll make sure he doesn't hear this part. You go on about Mr. Clark as much as you want, because when raises come around,
Absolutely.
Mr. Eddie's going to be getting a good one this year. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, one of the things with me is always he'll start on time and end on time. And every Christmas performance, spring performance, whatever it is, he'll get up there and say, "All right, folks, it's now 7:00, and we're gonna get out of here at 7:52, and you can set your alarm to it. 7:52, we're done."
Yeah,
and everyone's out and on their way. So he makes it fun. The teachers make it fun.
Yeah.
Miss Medina was absolutely fantastic. She was great, and Ryan's had a great time every year she's been there, and Addison, our youngest daughter, is now getting into the mix.
That's right. That's right.
There. So that's it's really been a fantastic place. And
Colleen's already looking forward to having Addison.
I'm trying to work that too. I'm trying to work, okay, hey, in a couple of years, let's make sure we can kind of slide Addison this way.
She really does, though. I mean, that's the thing about Colleen. I'm sorry, Miss Medina. Miss Medina.
As Ms. Medina.
Yeah, and it's like she gets so excited when she finds out that there's a younger sibling of any of her kids that she's had over the years, that there's a younger one coming up. She just gets so excited that she wants to make sure she gets that other sibling coming through her door.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So just how you get the best Christmas presents. It's fine.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
All right. So, Eddie, we are a show about fandom. Let's talk to Ryan a little bit about what she's in.
Yes. Ryan, what are some of your favorite things? It could be TV, movies, anything entertainment-wise, what are some of your favorite things that we could talk about?
Soccer. I love soccer.
Let's talk about soccer. Go for it. So who's your team?
The Grace Angels.
The Grace. Okay, so this is a soccer team that's run through Grace Academy. Okay, the Grace Angels. Okay.
And it's really, we'll play against fourth graders or second graders, mainly third graders, but, we'll play against the team that is in our same grade. So we've only had one game, and we played against a mix of third and second graders. And
these teams are actually from the other schools in the surrounding area. And do y'all play in that field that we have PE at?
no.
No?
That's where we have soccer practice.
Oh, that's your practice field. Okay.
Now, Ryan, do you play a position in soccer?
Yes.
What do you play?
Defense.
Defense. Okay. All right. So talk to us a little bit about, as a defensive player, what you do.
So if the ball starts coming towards the other person who's defense, I kind of run that way, but I'm also running up towards the goal.
Okay.
So I can make sure that I'm protecting the goal, but I'm also running to help the person who the ball is coming toward.
Okay.
So that's mainly what I do.
Okay.
Now the team is made up of. Is it just your classmates, or is it?
It's Miss Kennedy's girls, and it's not all of Miss Kennedy's girls, just some
Just
of
the ones
them.
that sign up for it?
Yes, and then it's just our class, the ones who sign up for it, and then there's one fourth grader, Gabby.
Okay.
Shout out to Gabby.
You're right. That's awesome. Okay, so you've had one game this year. So you're just starting the season.
Yes.
Awesome. How many years have you been playing soccer?
About
3.
3.
3 years.
Nice.
Good deal.
All right. Now, do you want to stay on defense, or do you want to try being a goalie or a
Yes.
center? Or
I try to be the goalie, but it's mainly Katie who's the goalie. So I'm mainly on defense, like Bo and Natalie. And
We got lots of shout outs today.
it's Ryan's show. She can shout
Yeah,
out
that's
whoever she
right.
wants.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Keep shouting out.
No, we like
and
that.
then we all of us are really good players, and we've had a lot of people who don't play with us anymore because they go to a different school now. Like Morgan, Maddie, and Sarah.
So,
They-
are you going to play against them on a
Oh.
future game?
Sarah, no, she lives in College Station now.
Oh, that's far.
Maddie, we've played against her. I don't know about Morgan.
Awesome.
That's
Well,
really
well,
cool.
best of luck on your upcoming season for the Angels. We'll be rooting for you girls.
Yep.
Definitely.
Totally.
And let's get into a little bit of the entertainment side of things. Let's talk about, okay, what movie have you seen recently that you just really, really dug?
Alice in the Looking Glass.
Nice.
Now, I really like the first one, Alice in Wonderland. I really like what the director Tim Burton did. What did you like about Alice in the Looking Glass?
It's really, one, it's not cartoon. It's not a cartoon.
No, not at all.
And they kind of made the Mad Hatter look, mad, and then they made, whenever
And Johnny Depp does that well.
Johnny Depp does that really, really good.
and when they had fire, they made it really look like it was real fire, coming up. And then the Queen of Hearts,
Yeah.
that was really funny. And when they made the Mad Hatter's family small, I don't know how they did that, or if that was just computer projected. I don't know how they did that, but that was really cool.
Yeah.
Green screen, yay!
Yeah.
See, you get to educate your child on the magic of green screen.
Absolutely.
So I have not seen Through the Looking Glass, and I'm sorry, this is how disconnected I am with newer movies. So that is the proper sequel to the first one with Johnny Depp. So it's all the returning cast of characters, the same actors. Johnny Depp is still the Mad Hatter. The Queen is still played by the same actress.
Yeah, Helena Bonham Carter.
She freaked me out in the first one because of her big head.
It was kind of
She
intense.
has a huge head now.
It got bigger?
Yes, it got bigger. It got bigger.
Wow, that's something else.
Now, has she been able to? I don't know. She might be a little young for it. Has she been able to watch the Harry Potter series?
I don't think we've seen a lot of Harry Potter.
We haven't seen a lot, but we've seen a few.
Okay.
Seen a few.
Okay, just because I'm a really big fan of the actress who plays the Queen, and she's also in the Harry Potter series as Bellatrix Lestrange, and she's really creepy in that one.
Really? Mm-hmm. Again, I'll have to admit I have not seen a single Harry Potter movie or read a book.
What? Don't feel bad. I haven't either.
Okay,
we have
there you go.
Right, we went to Universal a couple of years ago. They had the big Harry Potter, just wing of Universal Studios.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is really great. I should watch this eventually. Still haven't.
Yeah.
But it was really cool to see.
We got a bunch of candy.
Yeah, they got a bunch of.
Well,
candy
that's
from the
important.
theater.
You got the jelly beans. You got the weird jelly beans, right?
Okay, I am
Have
familiar
you
with
tried?
that.
Have you tried the weird jelly beans yet?
No, personally because I don't like jelly beans, but I think my big sister got them.
Okay, so she got kind of the weird stuff because if you're a fan of the Harry Potter series, they have these all flavored jelly beans, Bertie Bott's jelly beans.
I am familiar with that. I do remember those.
And what they do is they come in all sorts of flavors because and you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes they're chocolate, sometimes they're strawberry, and sometimes they're earwax and
Yes.
green apple and things like that. Just you never really know what you're going to get when you eat one, and so it's a very, very strange experience. But they're cool. Because you never know what you're going to get.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah, I did have a pack of those one time someone gave me and did not give me a warning about the different flavors. So I was like, what? And then earwax or some even way worse than that. So
Wow.
Yeah.
See, for me, it was I'm a big train guy, so I liked the first thing I saw. I was like, oh, here's a big steam train, and they have a ride out there where you're riding on the train and all that, which was pretty cool.
The Hogwarts Express.
Yes, exactly, and they did a really good job out there at Universal. Still hasn't convinced me to watch the movie yet, but. But if you go, you will have a good time out there.
Well, once she's into it, the books, from what I understand, are really pretty amazing. So,
all right.
Once you start reading them, because again, I'm a big reader, and I really like the Alice in Wonderland book, and the Harry Potter books. I know are really kind of cool. So
nice.
So anyway, do you watch cartoons?
Yes.
Okay, what cartoons are you watching?
I like to watch. Well, I don't like to watch, but I watch them because of my little sister.
Okay.
There's Canimals. She likes Masha and the Bear.
Okay.
Masha's Spooky Stories. Masha's Fairy Tales.
She's very into Masha.
Mosh seems to have more spin-offs than Star Trek, it seems like.
Kinda, yeah.
or CSI. So what else?
She likes Arthur on PBS Kids.
Oh, Arthur's cool.
Oh, yeah, you gotta love Arthur.
I can't think of anything else.
Do you have any personal favorites yourself?
Yes.
What are those?
I like Good Luck Charlie and Project MC Square and Lab Rats.
Okay. What's Lab Rats about? Because I think I'm a little familiar with that. Because there was one day I had to substitute at the school for Miss K in the library. And I remember the downtime, I was like flipping through Netflix, and it was, the kids' Netflix. And so I think I remember seeing Lab Rats. What's that about exactly?
It's about this boy. I guess his father died or something, but his mom remarried, and so the dad he's like a big scientist, like a millionaire.
Oh, yes, I have seen this. Go ahead.
He has like this secret lab, and his brother, I guess, invented put bionic chips into 3 robotic humans. And so now the oldest, his name is Adam, he has super strength. The next one is Bree, she has super speed, and the last one is Chase. He has super smarts.
Nice.
Neat.
And they're trying to keep their bionics a secret because they don't want the whole world finding out they have bionics, and then they take the kids away or something.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and what's Project MC Squared about? I'm curious about that myself.
Well, it's about this girl named Michaela, and she is like a secret spy. And her friends, they find out that she's a spy, and they become spies too. And they try and stop the world from evil, mainly this company called Havoc.
Havoc. Okay.
Yeah. That's an X-Men character, by the way. That's where my brain goes X-Men.
Of course it goes to X-Men.
Nice. And what was the other one you mentioned with?
Good Luck, Charlie.
Okay. I'm familiar with that one, I think. But what is that about?
It's about this. So this mom, she already has 4 kids, and then she has another one, and names her Charlotte. But the second to oldest one, her name is Teddy. She asked if they can call her Charlie. And so Teddy starts making video diaries because their family is kind of crazy. And so she starts making video diaries for Charlie, and at the end of each one, she says, "Good luck, Charlie."
Okay. Okay. Nice.
All right, so we know Dad also has a little fandom in him too.
Yes.
We because we're big nerds on the show. We know Dad's got a little nerddom. Dad, I know you got.
Nerddom is great.
Yes.
So yeah, and I know the main emphasis of the show is Star Wars, but I'm a huge Star Trek guy, and
as we are too.
Dare I have
As Ms. Medina is also.
Oh, big time.
And I have to say, I think just when you talk to people about which is their favorite series, which is their favorite.
Oh, we have a caller. We'll pick up the Star Trek call in just one moment. Let's see who is calling in.
Go ahead, caller. You are on the air.
Hi, I'm a big fan of your show.
Oh, really? Of the Rantcor Pit or the Ryann Parker show? I'm not sure which one are you talking about.
Oh, yeah, the Ryann Parker show.
Oh,
that's
interesting. Interesting. And would you like to give your name, caller?
No, I'll see if you can figure it out.
Can you figure out who our caller is, Ryan? Maybe give her a little bit more of your voice.
Oh,
Or
well, if I
hints.
give her any of my voice, I won't have it for tomorrow when I have to go back to work.
And where do you work exactly?
I can't tell you that.
So no hints for Ryan.
I have a guess.
Oh, okay. Mr. Parker would like to guess.
I have it. It's a certain. Is this a certain teacher that teaches first grade at a certain school
Oh,
where my
my
current daughters go?
I do believe you are correct, sir.
Okay, I'm trying to help Ryan out here.
I know who you are.
Who is that?
Miss
that's
Medina.
There you go.
Yay!
And Circle gets the square.
Y'all are so smart. Wow. So how you like being on the show?
I love it.
You do.
Oh, good. Good. What have y'all been talking about?
TV shows, sports, Star Wars.
Yeah. We were
wow.
just getting into Ralph's love of Star Trek, which you also
do
have.
you like Star Trek better than Star Wars?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a big Trek person.
Okay, we're going to turn this over to the Star Trek fans now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So Colleen and Ralph go at it with the Star Trek.
So
We could.
let me ask you, Miss Medina. I'm so forced.
Oh, go ahead. Yes.
Please.
So, what's your favorite Star Trek series, Captain, all that wonderful stuff?
Probably the original.
Everyone likes the original. They always say original and Captain Kirk and all that, and I kind of go the complete opposite. I'm more of a Deep Space Nine kind
Oh,
of.
I love Deep Space Nine. Well, she does.
Yeah.
You're a Cisco guy.
Yeah, I'm a
I
Cisco
do
guy.
like Deep Space Nine. I like Voyager. Can't really get past the captain's hair
Yeah.
or her voice, but I do like that show. The music's really good. But I kind of just go back to the original. It probably has to do a lot with growing up. My mom would always have it going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the shows with a lot of color, and I always think the originals are very colorful. Whenever you get into the newer shows, they're a little bit more bland, like lots of grays and navies and blacks, and especially, what's the newest Star Trek show with Scott Bakula?
Enterprise.
Yeah. I couldn't really get into that one, really, because it was just so, like, bland,
And
dark
that's
looking.
strange because you're a big Quantum Leap fan. and you love Scott Bakula, so it's funny that you didn't
Yeah.
get into that one.
Now, aren't we getting a
Yeah.
new Star Trek series?
Eventually, I think it's called Star Trek Discovery.
Okay.
That's right. I keep forgetting the name. Discovery.
So I think they were going to do that one through CBS is going to do it through their online platform, I believe.
Oh, really?
That was the big talk, and then it got delayed and delayed again. So I think they're
wow.
still doing some of their casting. They did a preview of the new ship that's going to be out there. Which
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of. I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
It looks a little strange. It looks more Klingonish, early Klingon.
Well, interesting thing about that design, and this goes back to Star Wars. It was designed by it's based on the original designs by Ralph McQuarrie, who designed everything in the Star Wars universe.
Really?
Way back in the day, I think that was his original design for the Enterprise. That was supposed to be for the motion picture.
Oh, okay.
And of course, they didn't use it. And that's just what I've heard, that this kind of like got stored away in the archives, and then they brought it back out for this particular show, Discovery.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah.
Okay, so Ryan, when I was your age, my parents showed me Star Wars for the first time, and my mind was blown. And then my parents showed me Star Trek, the motion picture, the first one, and I was bored to tears. So has Dad introduced you to Star Trek, and have you been bored by it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's an old
Poor
people
Ryan.
show.
It is.
That's for all you old folks.
But Miss
I do like the movie with the whales.
Four.
I like
that was
that
4,
one.
yeah.
Voyage Home. Awesome.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
yeah. It was kind of it was still colorful, but it was whales.
It was whales.
The nuclear
Right.
whistles. Yeah. The nuclear
whales.
whistles.
But the original Star Trek was very colorful. I gotta be honest, I wasn't a big Kirk fan through the show.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, all right, he's just there, and it's William Shatner just
Being
acting.
Shatner,
Yeah, being
yeah.
Shatner. So you could have put him in anything, and he'd have come out the same way. But
Yeah.
during when the movies were really good, the reason I was such a Deep Space Nine fan was because every character was completely different,
Yes.
and it
Love
was
that.
it was more real to me than it was than Next Generation or Voyager and the original or Star Trek Enterprise, and I enjoyed all of them, but
Yeah.
it was on a space station. They're all kind of stuck there together.
Yeah.
There was a huge war that went on.
Yes.
With the Dominion and the wormhole and all of that, and I just thought it was more okay. Now we're seeing a life, and
Yes.
this is what it is, and all that. So I really enjoyed that, and Cisco was just a fantastic captain in my opinion.
You know what made Deep Space
Yeah, he
Nine
was.
great for me was that was the first one where they took a story and just extended it.
Yeah.
It just kept going and going, kept building. The war kept getting bigger and bigger,
Absolutely.
and the stakes got bigger also. And I gotta ask, because you brought up the fact that it had such a diverse group of characters.
Mm-hmm.
Who would be your favorite character if you had to pick one character that you just really gravitated toward in the Deep Space Nine universe?
For Deep Space Nine, I would have to say Chief O'Brien, honestly, and I know he had he was on Next Generation,
Yeah, of course.
did some spot
As was
episodes
Worf.
there, as was Worf, and
Yeah.
and all of Star Trek, Worf is probably my greatest character, my favorite character,
Yeah.
because there's so many different facets of Worf.
Yes.
He tries to, and I'll say this in a very tacky way, but he always kept it real when trying to be a Klingon, but yet his love of everything else, and he was really a tortured soul to a degree.
That's a good
but,
way of putting it. Yes.
he had his son on the Next Generation, and and the mother died.
Yeah.
And then he got married on Deep Space Nine, and then Jadzia died. So he's going through all of this death, and still trying to keep it together. And he kind of didn't too well, which was great. And I like the way they put him through that on both series.
Yeah.
And then still trying to raise his son, but just kind of going back to O'Brien. He was the one that was never the commissioned officer. He was just kind of he was there. He's kind of like your producer with everything.
He was the working man.
He was, and that's what he really represented. And he was a family man, and he's been through war and all of that, and still just had a lot of love for his wife and his family, and and just a sense of duty. And it was, you know what, I'm going to work. This is what it is, and you know, I appreciated that. And Cisco as well. There was a lot of episodes with the Marquis, and when they had Chief Eddington, and Cisco was really more not so poetic as Captain Picard was. Cisco was like, all right, here's what we're getting ready to do, and here's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it. And it wasn't a lot of blustering and idle threats and all of that, or diplomacy. It was like, okay, if I'm gonna blow something up, I'm gonna go ahead and do it and move on. And
Exactly.
and that's what I really
No nonsense.
Yeah, it was really no nonsense, and just how they had to put everything together, and you know, the Bajoran aspect of it was really excellent to me, and that was the series where they got into a lot of that, and I think they tried to do that with Enterprise as well, with the Andorians and the Vulcans and the different groups when they first started off, but Deep Space Nine was. It all came together because you had a station, so you're all mixing in, and it was something new for everyone. So that's what I really liked about it. And bored Ryan continuously with watching it.
Yeah, sorry about that. Well,
It's all good. Like I said, we're big nerds on the show, and we like to talk nerddom. So,
Miss Medina, do you have anything to say to Ryan before we let you go?
Oh, you mean before I let you guys go?
Oh,
excuse us for interrupting, Miss Medina.
Let's remember, you know, as you were saying, to keep it real. Let's live in the real world here. No, Ryan, I'm glad you got to be on the show, and you've always been so sweet and mature and responsible and so quiet. And
she's been a great
host
teachers,
today, too. Thank you for that. Love seeing your sweet spirit and your sweet face walking around the school.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
And I'm going to go ahead and go because I have a date with my video game. So, you know.
What are we playing today?
Back to Indiana Jones.
Of course.
It's my favorite.
Yes.
Nice.
And the Emperor's Tomb. All right, well, enjoy your game.
Tomb, yes.
Thanks for calling in.
Thank you, Miss Medina.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So I want to jump back in and talk to Ryan a little bit because Ryan,
definitely.
Ryan, I'm a big fan of the Pixar movies, and I'm a big fan of the cartoons. Do you have a specific Pixar movie or a cartoon movie that you really liked?
Masha and the Bear is really my favorite now.
All right. This is not one I'm familiar with, so you're going to have... What is it specific about Masha the Bear that you did?
It's about this girl named Masha who is really crazy. And she just goes into the woods one day and finds a bear who had a perfect life until she came in.
Oh, no.
And she just kind of ruined everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Masha. That's for you Brady Bunch fans.
She doesn't know what that is, Eddie.
But Dad does.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. I remember. Yeah, gotta love the...
We're old.
Yeah,
we are old, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. I am trying to get into old cartoons with Animaniacs, and I think she got.
Oh my gosh, is Animaniacs considered old now?
It's considered old now.
Wow.
Okay, I watched Animaniacs when I was a little older than you, but yeah, I really like the insane characters. So
yeah.
So Yakko, Wacko, and Dot, and Pinky and the Brain, and things like that. So yeah, okay. See, now we're talking animation that we remember.
Right. Well, you said, even Ryan, you said earlier that one of the reasons why you liked the Alice movies is because it wasn't animated. Do you seem to find that you prefer live action movies to cartoons?
Yes, I really kind of do.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just feels more real, something that you can actually like touch and reach out. And
Yes.
Okay, aside from the Alice movies, let's talk other live action movies. Are there any other live action movies that just really got you, that you really like a lot?
Sky High.
Sky High.
That's Kurt Russell, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything with Kurt Russell, in my opinion, is gold. So yeah, let's talk about Sky High.
I really liked it because mainly they had powers, and I don't know how they did that, especially how the boy melted.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they did that, kind of.
Spoiler alert, the boy melts. Yeah, and see, Sky High is not a newer movie. That came out a while back, and what's funny to me about Sky High, it came during a time where the superhero movie thing wasn't big at the moment. You had the Batman movies come before, and they kind of petered out thanks to Joel Schumacher and George Clooney killing it. But yeah, but you know, the superhero genre kind of died out. It picked up again once we got X-Men and Spider-Man, that led into all the Avenger movies, obviously, and the Dark Knight trilogy. But Sky High came in that little era in between where there wasn't a whole lot of superhero stuff. So when it came out, it was like, oh, wow, we actually got another superhero movie. So Sky High, tell us a little bit more about it, like the characters and what it is about Sky High that you just really like a lot.
I like it because, he doesn't know he has a power until one day he can just lift up a table.
Yeah.
And then one day he just jumps up and he can fly like his mom.
Yeah.
And so now he has the powers of both his parents.
Okay.
And his parents were Kurt Russell, and I can't remember who the actress was. I guess it's not important. Anyway. So this kid got the powers of both his parents, and so how's the story go? He gets enrolled in Sky High, and is that supposed to teach him how to use his powers responsibly?
Well, it's actually, I think it's like where you're going to go when you grow up, if you're going to be a sidekick or a hero.
Yeah.
And at first, because he says he doesn't have a power, he gets put in sidekick. And then when he finds out he does have a power, he gets put in the heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
And then, he gets a girlfriend. Then the girlfriend's evil.
Oh.
Oh, no.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Dad's laughing a little too hard at that one.
Well, it's just the way she said it. I'm going to... Girlfriend's evil. That's awesome.
All right, so Ryan, if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
I would be able to freeze time.
Freeze time.
Really?
Why freeze time?
I have no idea. I just want to freeze time.
So in freezing time, that's where everybody and everything would be frozen, and you walk around unaffected by this.
Yes, and get everything I want, and then
get everything.
So are you saying you're super evil?
I was
So she'd be playing her soccer game, and you know what? I want a Happy Meal. So she freezes time, goes and gets her Happy Meal, goes and gets her high C, then comes back and plays the game. And she's like, I got my ice cream, and you didn't have any.
Or just take it before she unfreezes and she's had her Happy Meal, she's had her ice cream, then she goes over to the ball, moves it right in front of their goal, draws back her foot, unfreezes time, and kicks the ball in. And goal!
Makes sense.
See, there you go.
So Sky High sounds really cool and all. I will give you that. But does Sky High have someone who's going to say, happy birthday to you in good Mr. Clark fashion? No, do they?
The principal was not that cool.
Does Sky High have caught you doing good? No. Well, then, okay. Sky High sounds cool, but it doesn't sound as cool as Grace Academy of Dallas. Just to bring it back around. So that's cool. Sky High. It sounds like an awesome movie. I'll have to check it out again. It's been quite a while since I've seen it. But before we exit out, I got to bring up a fact that I thought was just so cool. The fact that, when we were making plans to have Ryan come out and be our radio star for the day, and Ralph, you told me that, and when I gave you the address of the studio, it's like, oh, I know exactly where that is because I used to work there. Tell us about that.
Right. So when I was back in the day,
yes,
back in our day when we were young people,
Back in the day.
Right. So I just started at UNT. I was a freshman there, and there was a opportunity to kind of be one of the promotions staff here back when CBS had this building, and 3 radio stations that all no longer exist in their current format were here. I worked here for an entire summer. I basically spent 7 days a week inside this building here, doing promotions and doing some board work and all of that, and I absolutely loved it. So that was really, really cool. So big shouts out to the old Carpenter Freeway building here that's still standing.
Yeah.
And which stations were you on? Because since they're no longer in existence.
That was Heaven 97, 107.5 The Oasis, and Hot 100, which is now Jack FM. I think
That's
Heaven
right.
97 is still around, maybe. I'm not sure, but they were back in the day, and
Yeah. Well, the jack sign is still outside.
Yeah. Like what we want. So, and it was really cool. It was a great time. It was fun when you're 19 and sleep is not important. So you're just up running around and changing different hats. So that was really cool. Yeah, a lot of this.
So yeah, we'll throw it back in the day where we're gonna relax. We're gonna groove.
So everyone talked like this, really slow. And, you had to make sure you had the deepest voice possible. And, a lot of drawn out words.
Look at Ryan. Look at that.
So
Welcome to the Rantcor Pit Smooth Jam.
This is Rantcor Pit After Dark
Absolutely.
with your hosts Frank and Eddie.
This is what Han Solo did on his downtime.
There you go. Oh,
He used to just kick it,
bringing it back to Star Wars.
Yeah.
I like it.
We're gonna go full circle.
just kicking it back and
Just laying back. It's like, oh yeah.
Look at Ryan.
again, Ryan. We're sorry. This makes us laugh.
That is just so awesome that you spend time here. Ryan, would you have ever guessed that you would be in a building, in a radio station where your dad once walked the halls and then Mr. Eddie came years later and also walked those same halls? Does that seem strange to you? No, not at all. It doesn't faze you.
No, because she always knew she'd be here. She knew she'd always be on the radio just
Right.
talking exactly like her dad.
I know. This is awesome that you've got to do this. And I got to say, you're great at talking
Absolutely,
on the
man.
mic. I mean, you're with the character traits thing that Miss Smith does. What are they called again? I should know this because I'm there. every
Honorable
Wednesday.
character.
Honorable character. Sorry, Miss Smith. I just got to demerit for Miss
Shame.
Smith.
Shame him, Ryan.
Right.
Shame.
I'm all wow. And so the next time that she's got that, and you said that some people have speaking parts. She's going to say, you know what? Ryan did such an awesome job when she was on the Rantcor Pit at On Air Live at www.watchonairlive.com.
Very smooth.
Right. And that she's like, she did such an amazing job as a radio host. I'm going to remember that the next time we do those character traits in chapel. So, yeah. But you did great today, Ryan. I think this has been awesome. Have you had fun?
Yes.
Is there absolutely anything else you want to talk about before we exit out?
No.
We covered everything. Are
Except my favorite teacher.
Your favorite
So
teacher.
Uh-oh.
far.
Who's that?
My third grade teacher, Miss Cackley.
Miss Cackley. Oh, Miss Cackley. Oh, I'm going to totally I'm going to embarrass her on Facebook when I get
Shout out to Miss Cackley.
Oh, that's so awesome. And Miss Cackley, I know she's awesome. Miss Cackley, I know you're going to watch this because they're going to make you.
Absolutely.
But, I know she's awesome. Why is she awesome to you?
Because she has these nieces and she always tells us stories. And, on Valentine's Day, don't tell anybody she did this.
We're telling everybody because this is going live. Go ahead.
She has this hat and she gave out candy to the people who answered questions and to the people who were doing what they were supposed to.
Yeah.
And she, like I said, she tells us stories about her nieces, Jocelyn and Kendall, and she brought them in about 2 times already. She brought them in for our Valentine's Day party, and like the 3rd week we were in school. She brought them in.
Yeah.
Cool.
She's a great teacher. They all are. I mean, you can't just single one out. Well, you can because you just did. But, I can't because they're all, like you're saying, Ralph, just great teachers, great school.
They really are.
Give us one more great thing that makes Miss Cackley an awesome teacher.
She is hilarious.
That she is. I will agree with you there. Miss Cackley is fun. She's funny to listen to. So she's told you some funny stories. Is there anything you think you might be able to share with us?
Well, she told
She's
us
probably
a story.
turning red right now. It's like, oh my gosh, what is she going to tell?
She told us a story about her nieces, where she was on the phone with them, and she has an older sister, and no, a younger sister, and she likes them to call her Beant, and so
Beant?
Jocelyn
Jar Jar Binks?
Jocelyn started saying, "I love JJ." Because that's what she calls Miss Cackley. And then Miss Cackley was like, say, "I love Beant." And she's like, "I love Boont."
Boons. Boons, like the Boonta Eve race in The Phantom Menace.
You really got to bring it all back. This is the Ryan Show, and you're bringing it back to Star Wars.
Yes, I'm sorry.
All right. Well, we do need to go ahead and thank Ryan and Frank for coming in.
Yes.
Parkers, thank you guys so much for being here
I
today.
cannot tell you how much fun this has been having you two on. This has been great. It really has made my day.
All right. So, Eddie, we do need to go ahead and get on rolling on out of here. So let's go ahead and talk about where they can find stuff.
All right. You can catch the Rantcor Pit live here every first and third Sunday at noon at watchonearlive.com. And you can catch all of our past episodes on our YouTube channel, which eventually this episode will be on there. So check us out on our YouTube channel. The audio podcast, the Rantcor Pit, is available at JediCole.com. And Zach, let's tell them about your show here.
Yes, sir. I am the host of the Iron Claw Wrestling Show, which alternates Sundays here. You catch the Rantcor Pit on the first and third Sunday. You can catch the Iron Claw every second and fourth Sunday. We are on the road to WrestleMania. We'll talk AJ's firing. We'll talk a little bit about Paige. We'll talk a little bit about the mess that is TNA and the mess that is WrestleMania coming up. So you'll be able to catch that next week right here on watchonearlive.com. And, of course, today is the last day for AllCon over at the Crown Plaza in Edison. Go say hi to Cole. Go say hi to Bobby Blakey, the 501st, and of course all our friends out there.
And I'll be back out there.
Out there.
Yeah.
All right, so you're heading back out there?
I'm heading back out there as soon as we're done here.
All right. All right, well then let's go ahead and wrap this up. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up the music here today. And Eddie, where can they find your art?
Oh, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can go to eddiemedina.com, check out my art stuff. I usually hit a lot of the local conventions. So if you're big in the local convention scene, going to conventions, go to Artist Alley. You may see Mr. Eddie there. So to take it back to Ryan again, Ryan, Ralph. Amazing hour. I love this. I love what we did today. And thanks again for coming by. And as we exit out, why don't you just say goodbye to all of our listeners at the Rantcor Pit?
Bye.
Y'all take it easy.
All right. We will see you guys in a couple of weeks here at the Rantcor Pit Live.
And next week for Iron Claw Wrestling Show. May the force be with you and not upon you.